"Get your hands off me! I said, let go!" screamed the well-dressed black woman as two uniformed security guards dragged her across the marble floor of the banking hall. Her pearl necklace snapped in the struggle, scattering beads across the polished tiles. The entire room went silent, stunned by the intensity of the moment. Patrons looked on, some frozen, others whispering, some filming on their phones, as the woman was pushed through the massive glass doors and onto the hot pavement outside. Before we continue, if you are watching our video for the first time, you're highly welcome to Elliot Stories. Please bless and support us by hitting that subscribe button. Turn on your notification bell to get notified for more edifying stories coming your way tomorrow and never to miss any. Share to friends who love stories filled with twist and morals and loved ones who love respect and justice no matter the cost. Where are you watching from? Please tell us in the comments. We love seeing how far our stories travel. And to other beautiful and hard-working YouTubers, let's interact in the comment section. I hope to see you soon. We deeply appreciate our unique constant viewers, our high-esteemed subscribers, lovely new viewers and our first-time subscribers for being part of our growth. Her name was Lydia Moore. And what no one inside that bank knew at the time, not even the branch manager who had given the aggressive command to escort her out, was that she was the majority shareholder and principal founder of the entire Moore Capital Banking Group. She wasn't dressed to impress. She had walked in wearing a modest yet classy sleeveless blue-grey dress, low heels, no makeup, only a pair of thin gold earrings and a smartwatch. Her tone was firm, not boastful. But when she had calmly asked to speak with the branch operations director regarding a critical financial discrepancy, the receptionist had scoffed and requested she take a seat. After a 30-minute wait, a junior manager had come over and casually told her that she might have entered the wrong building. When Lydia insisted she knew the system more than he could imagine, that she had questions about a questionable wire transaction she'd been alerted about at midnight, his tone shifted. "You people love drama, don't you?" he muttered. "What did you say?" she asked, her voice calm but piercing. "I said this is a professional environment. We don't entertain threats, paranoia, or baseless accusations. I suggest you leave before I call security." "I'm not leaving until someone competent looks into this transaction," Lydia replied. The branch manager arrived moments later, already fuming. Tall, stocky, red-faced, and with a voice that could crack glass, he didn't ask questions. He walked up, looked Lydia up and down, and pointed at the door. "I don't know who you think you are, but you're disturbing business here. Security! Remove her now." That command triggered the moment that led to her being dragged outside. A black Lincoln SUV pulled up seconds later. The driver rushed out, almost tripping, and helped her into the back seat. "Are you okay?" he asked breathlessly. "I'm fine, Daniel." "Let's go," Lydia said, dialing her lawyer as the car drove off. 20 minutes later, 3 board members received urgent calls to appear on a virtual emergency shareholders meeting. 40 minutes after that, Lydia's personal assistant delivered a red-sealed legal envelope to the bank's head office downtown. Inside was a formal notice of misconduct, policy breach, racial profiling, and public humiliation, all grounds for immediate suspension and investigation under corporate and human rights law. By 2 p.m., news was already breaking. "Black woman dragged out of bank, turns out she owns it." Hashtags trended across X, formerly Twitter, and by evening, major outlets had picked it up. At exactly 3:47 p.m., Lydia re-entered the very same branch, this time flanked by 2 men in black suits and a media crew discreetly filming in the background. The atmosphere changed like a power outage. Patrons recognized her instantly. The staff froze. The branch manager was no longer in sight. She walked straight to the front desk and smiled. "Good afternoon. I'd like to access my office upstairs." We didn't know. We deeply regret," the receptionist stuttered. Lydia raised a palm. "No need to apologize. You were following leadership. Where's Mr. Grant, the branch manager?" He left for the day." "Oh, did he?" she said, smiling again. "Kindly inform all staff to assemble in the boardroom in 15 minutes. One of her assistants handed the receptionist a printed notice, immediate suspension of branch management team pending internal investigation. The boardroom was dead silent when she entered. Lydia didn't raise her voice. She didn't need to. Her presence now commanded respect not by intimidation but by principle. She looked around at the faces, many of whom had witnessed her ejection, and said nothing. "I am not here to shame anyone," she began. "I am here to remind all of you what this institution was built on: equity, respect, and integrity." She walked slowly down the center of the room. "Today, I was treated like a nuisance. Like I didn't belong in a place I built from scratch. And while it would be easy to blame one man, the truth is, he only acted because the culture allowed him to. People shifted uncomfortably in their seats. I don't need your pity, Lydia continued. What I need, and what every customer deserves, is dignity. Whether they come in wearing a designer suit or sneakers and jeans. Whether they speak softly or with fire. Whether they look like your image of a CEO or not. Because you never truly know who's standing in front of you. Suddenly, a young woman from the back stood up. Nervous, but moved. Ms. Moore. I'm sorry I didn't do anything. I knew what was happening was wrong. I froze. But I'll never let that happen again. Lydia nodded solemnly. That's how we begin to heal. The meeting concluded with swift actions, internal reorientation, leadership reshuffling, and the appointment of a new ethics and diversity officer. But the biggest shock came 3 days later. Lydia held a press conference in front of Moore Capital's headquarters. Cameras flashed as she approached the podium. After recent events, and after careful consideration with my advisory board, I have decided to restructure Moore Capital into a cooperative model, where staff, especially frontliners and long-time employees, will earn shared equity. Gasps filled the air. She continued. We will train our people not just to follow policy, but to lead with empathy. And I will personally mentor 5 young women from underprivileged backgrounds each year, providing them direct access into finance and leadership. She ended the conference with grace, then walked away, her dignity restored not by revenge, but by resilience. Moral lesson. This story reminds us that you can never judge a book by its cover. Respect should never be earned based on appearance, race, or assumed status. Injustice often begins with silence, but it can end with courage. Lydia didn't seek revenge, she sought reform, showing that power doesn't come from titles or intimidation, but from character, vision, and values. This story was humbly crafted and brought to you by your favorite channel Elliot Stories. Catch you on the next one. Huge appreciation from Elliot Stories.